championship standings. Well, Azroy Hakim is 5th on 75 points, but he's only 3 points adrift of Ibrahim Norrodin for a place in the top 3. The championship seems to be likely to be between Helmi Asman and Andy Farid is the half.
Yeah, Andy Farid slipped off twice and scored low points in 2 races. But credit to Helmi, who's been phenomenal this year.
So Andy Farid on the right of your screen, he is the man to keep an eye out on. Also in the middle, bike number 20, Azroy Hakim. When the red lights go off, we are underway. Supersport 600cc, race number 2 of the weekend. Championship leader Helmi Asman has got off to a solid start. Andy Farid, he stays wide. Everybody else comes tight as they come into the first corner. Andy Farid will be a little bit behind. There's a crash. Oh, it's a big crash. Is it Andy Farid?
It is Andy Farid.
It's one of the Astra Hondas.
And Ratapong is the other one.
Willerot. So Andy Farid is out and Ratapong Willerot just behind him. And that opens up the whole championship for Helmi Asman.
And the man at the front there is Azroy Hakim Anwar.
They are in shock in the Astra Honda pit lane. Andy Farid is trying to get back up. And the camera view, we saw it, he just cuts into him. Ratapong catches the back wheel and they both somersault off their machines.
Yeah, he was closing in. He didn't know Ratapong's front wheel was there, and that was it.
Wow. Racing. And in the meantime, Azroy Hakim Anwar has got himself into the lead and he's taken Chip Nakarin with him.
Yeah, Chip made a good start. He was the fastest rider off the line. Somehow Andy Farid has got that bike moving again.
There's a lot of debris on there, but it's moving. So he'll be looking, hoping beyond hope they can actually pick up a point of some description. But my word, you just try and rescue whatever you can in that kind of circumstance, even if he's able to pick up a single point. But in the meantime, it's an opportunity for Helmi Asman to increase his lead at the top of the overall standings. But Helmi, he is back down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th place at the moment.
Yeah, long way back. He's trying to make himself, push himself up the order. He's just behind Ibrahim Norrodin there.
Azroy Hakim 1, Nakarin 2. Coming through in 3 is Kritchipon. So it's looking good for Thai Honda, Irfan Ardiansa, Ramdan Rosley, Ibrahim Norrodin in 6, Galang Hendra, Helmi Asman and Karolidon Pawi. He's benefited, he's up into the top 9, and we spoke about how Karolidon Pawi needed a good day just to rescue a wretched weekend.
Yes, he does. Irfan Ardiansa is there. He's just moved. He just moved ahead of. Is that Kritchipon? Yeah, he's just moved ahead of Kritchipon.
Helmi Asman's made a move up into P6. I can tell you Andy Farid is 1 lap down, but he is racing. But he is in 15th place, so long as he finishes, he will pick up a point, maybe 2 if he can catch up with Chanti Ying or even Kondanai.
And that would be the 3rd time this 3rd race this season that he's come off, got back on to score low points.
Wow, there's a lot of debris there. And he's
coming in.
He's coming in.
He will score points anyway.
I'm assuming he's not going to retire. I'm assuming he's just after some repairs there. And then he'll get back out onto the circuit.
Yeah, I didn't see whether he was shown a technical flag to go in, but there was stuff looking a little bit alarming flapping off the back of his bike.
And this is panic stations as they try to rebuild the bike, and he gets new gloves on. Because it was quite a hefty old crash for him, Andy Farid. This is mid-race for yesterday's race winner. Yeah, new helmet.
You can see Astra Honda, they've got everything in mind, haven't they? Safety of the rider, real model team that. But at the front, Azroy has got Nakarin in his tracks, although Azroy's lead is reasonably safe at the moment.
Helmi Asman has got himself up into P5. We're focused on Helmi, bike 32, because the Malaysian, Bunchu Honda, is the championship leader. And P5, at the moment, it's 11 points. Andy Farad will pick up 1, maybe 2, so long as he gets that back out on the circuit. So Helmi will be looking to capitalise as much as humanly possible. He's got Irfan Ardiansa from Astra Honda right on his back wheel.
Yeah, that was a quick lap for Helmi Asman. Ibrahim Norrodin pushed himself into P3 as we watch Andy Farid get ready to go out again. Lost a few layers off those leathers as well. Chip Nakarin's doing a good job of staying with the pace of Azroy, and Helmi Asman now in the tracks of his contemporary Ibrahim Norrodin and going through, or is he?
Tried to. We're on board with Ibrahim Norrodin. All he's got is tarmac ahead of him, and he cuts into the corner. So Ibrahim Norrodin has indeed just got ahead of Helmi Asman. Norrodin in P3. Yeah, that's the race behind the two, and so Andy Farad cannot win this race. Of course he cannot, not from a lap down. And please don't get a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Yeah, and he will get a point just by virtue of how many riders are left.
Yes.
In here, Helmi pushing Ibrahim Norrodin really hard. You have to think that Helmi's going to get through at some point, but we know how good Ibrahim is around here. He hasn't been good so far this weekend.
These guys are around 2 seconds down on Nakarin in P2, who himself is a second down on Azroy Hakim.
Apart from these two, the race, the front of the race anyway, is very spread out, as Ibrahim has a look back at Helmi, but Chip Nakarin has fallen a long way off the back of Azroy. This does look like Azroy's race to lose, but Helmi's looking determined. He got a podium yesterday.
Lovely slide through by Helmi.
Yeah.
As they come down the home straight, great shot of the home straight. On board with Ibrahim Norrodin, who himself was unable to race because he picked up a concussion in qualification in Sugo, so he had 2 did not starts in Sugo.
Yeah.
Just looking to try to rebuild his championship challenge. He's in P4 in the overall championship standing, 78 points. So he won't be thrilled that Helmi Asman has been able to pick his way ahead of him.
That was fastest lap for Helmi too, and I wouldn't be surprised if he posts another one on this time around, because he's got Nakarin in his sights at the moment.
Here is Nakarin, P2 for the Honda Racing Thailand racer. Chip Nakarin, 3rd in the championship standings. Just 1 podium, 4 consecutive 4th place finishes for Chip Nakarin. At the moment he's in P2, but this is a determined and a closing in are Helmi Asman, and Ibrahim Norrodin is taking the ride alongside the back of Helmi Asman.
Yes, he is. He hasn't been dropped by Helmi at all. Hopefully they'll be working, probably they'll be working together.
In a strictly neutral, hopefully.
In a strictly neutral, yeah. It does slip out sometimes, doesn't it?
Helmi Asman leads up the hill. That's turn 9 and the right-hand turn 10. On board with Norrodin. Norrodin's P4. He's the dark red behind the white of Helmi Asman on the Bunchu Honda. And they're chasing the Honda Racing Thailand all red. And that gap is visually significantly less than it was. And I think poor old Chip Nakarin is going to find himself in a 3-way battle for P2 in a moment.
I think you're right. And Helmi very quick through sector 3. They're of course in sector 4 now. And as you said, the gap is visibly closing. Azroy still looking safe at the front. Helmi pushing really hard as he gets the scent of Nakarin in his nostrils.
So Azroy goes over the line in 1st place. His lead is 1.8 seconds from Chip Nakarin, but Helmi and Ibrahim are right on the tail of Chip Nakarin. Supersport 600cc Asia Road Racing Championship, race 8 of 10 of the season. We are approaching, well, we're just beyond 1/3 of the way through. We've had already Andy Farid Izdahar taken out in spectacular unfortunate fashion by Ratapong Willerop. Ratapong is out. We hope he's all right. Andy Farid came in for emergency repairs as Helmy goes through on Chip Nakarin to take P2, although Chip isn't giving it up easily.
No, he won't. Focus, he said, on the grid, focus on the race. But I think he's going to have trouble stopping Helmy Asman.
P2 it is for Helmy Asman. Boonshu Honda, 1 and 2 in the Supersport 600. In days gone past, how frequently that was the situation. But the next generation now, Helmy and Azroy Hakim. Azroy looking to build on back-to-back P2s. Helmy Asman looking to build on a championship lead, but Chip Nakarin has not been dropped, and neither has Ibrahim Norrodin. And we are expecting Ibrahim to, at some stage, make a surge like he did yesterday. He's just in a much better place to make that surge today, Barry Russell.
Yes, he is. But yeah, as you said, Des, we're about to be treated to a three-way battle for P2. This will, of course, help the man at the front, Azroy Hakim Anwar, who lost yesterday's race by 1,000th.
It's still hard to believe. Ibrahim Norrodin in P4.
Yeah, and Ibrahim, we're moving into the part of the race where Ibrahim often seems to come through strongly.
Well, the differential at the end of the previous lap was 1.8 seconds. Again, visually, this looks to have really been brought a lot closer. And Azroy Hakim, who's been in the lead for a long time, I'd be surprised if it's 1.8 seconds again. We will find out, and it is 1.8 seconds. Okay, well done, Azroy. 1.79 to be precise.
Yeah, let's just give those glasses another polish. I thought the same thing.
But you accelerate out of the hairpin, and depends what kind of a slingshot that you can get.
Yeah, it's the concertina effect, isn't it?
Boonshu Honda, 1 and 2. Azroy Hakim Anwar, Helmy Asman, bike number 20, bike number 32. Right behind them, Chip Nakarin in Honda Racing Thailand, and followed by SIC Racing. I can tell you Irfan Ardiansa is in 6. Karolidan Powie has got himself into the top 6 as well. Kritchapon and Galang Hendra and Fairozi have dropped down. Andy Farid is out on the track, but in P15.
Yeah, a little surprised to see Kito Abe down in 11th as we look further down. But you can see how hard Helmy Asman's working now to try to drop the two riders behind him. It's a Honda 1, 2, 3, Yamaha 4, and then we're back to Hondas.
5 laps to go. Coming up the hill once again. Very consistent from Azroy Hakim. His last lap time was a 2:10.6. The one before that a 2:10.9. The one before that a 2:10.8. So really consistent work from Azroy Hakim Anwar. When you're on your own, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult just to actually get your metronomic lap times coming in, but it looks like Azroy's been able to do that.
I think he has, and but he's not as close in the championship because he missed the first round in Buriram when he was caught by the plague, let's say, as a few of us have been this season.
COVID's sporting victim. Now this time, visually, our eyes surely are not deceiving us. It was 1.8 seconds last time out. Well, the two Boonshu Hondas are close. We're focused on Chip Nakarin at the front, though. The gap is down to a second. That's a 2:10.1 by Helmy. Azroy, again, metronomically consistent at 2:10.8. He's been very good. Just 2/10ths difference on each of his last 4 laps from Azroy Hakim.
Yeah, he is good. We often talk about how what an accomplished rider Helmy Asman has become, but Azroy has been really consistent this season. Unfortunate for him, missing 2 races, sorry.
Helmy closing in. Ibrahim Norrodin had a little look around the inside of Chip Nakarin. Big back wheel as Nakarin looks over his shoulder. We are on board here with Ibrahim Norrodin. Nice and tight as team manager Zul looks on for SIC ZK Racing. There's his man, bike number 66. And slides through on the inside. There's Ibrahim Norrodin. Perfect timing. The race director clearly saw something that Norrodin was looking to make the move. And Norrodin is in P3. Up the hill once again. Next, he's really got to try to get close to the Boonshoe Hondas. What's Chip Nackering got left for him, Barry Russell?
I don't think he has. I think Ibrahim has got the pace. We've seen a few times at Sepang, including the last round, where Ibrahim has been really strong in the later stages of the race. And I think we're going to see it again. Meanwhile, at the front,
Helmy.
Asroy, Asroy's getting a taste of his own medicine. And what he was dished out to Andy Farid yesterday, his own teammate is coming back with a few spoonfuls this time.
Certainly is, and there is the Honda team looking on approvingly. Asroy Hakim, Helmy Asman, now it's a battle. And Helmy has indeed done exactly to Asroy what Asroy did to Andy Farid yesterday.
Yeah, we've got a longer stretch to go, however, but
he's made up half a second. Again, real credit to Asroy Hakim. He's posted another 2:10.4, but it's a 2:09.8, 2:09.8 from Helmy Asman, fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, no surprise, he keeps bringing it down. That's Helmy's pitboard there.
Big thumbs up.
I think he's got all the information he needs if he just looks in front of him.
How long have emojis been in motor racing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Helmy in P2. This is now bubbling up to be a really good battle. What's the difference? They're nearly 2 seconds ahead of Ibrahim Norrodin. Has Ibrahim got enough time to maybe pull close to these two? Nackering certainly has been dropped. Karolidin Pawi has got himself up into P5, just to mention it. So Boonshoe Honda 1, 2 and 5.
Yeah, better for Kip. Good to see him further up this time. But look at Helmy Asman stalking his teammate and good friend.
He'll be very, very aware, I think. He will have been told by his pit crew that Andy Farid is only going to pick up 1 point because of that first corner accident involving Ratapong Guilaroth. Helmy, bike 32. Asroy Hakim, bike 20. Teammates, countrymen, friends.
Yeah, you won't see anything untoward in this battle. And there's no real mathematical need, I wouldn't say, given where Andy Farid is, for Asroy to give way. So I don't think we're going to see anything like that, but I think Helmy might just grab it by being a bit quicker.
Again, as we come round the corner, there will be 2 laps to go. 8 laps completed. It was 0.4 of a second last time. This time, it's 0.2 of a second. Again, the lap time from Asroy Hakim, 2:10.6. His last 5 lap times, 10.6, 10.6, 10.8, 10.4, 10.6.
Yeah, quality rider.
Ibrahim, he posted a quickest time, a 2:10.222. So he's made up 2/10ths as well. He was nearly 2 seconds down. He's now 1.5 seconds down. So he's shaken off Chip Nackering as the Honda team look on. I'm not sure if that's a look of admiration or anxiety.
Well, I was wondering whether he was looking at the sky or looking at the timing screen. Probably the timing screen.
But it's worth looking at the sky with the next races coming in, because it is closing just a little bit.
Yeah.
That is still to come. Won't impact this race though. Championship leader 32, Helmy Asman, on the tail of his teammate Asroy Hakim. Further down, Ibrahim Norrodin in 3, Nackering in 4, Karolidin Pawi in 5, Irfan Ardiansa 6, Galan Hendra 7, Pritchaporn Fairosi. When, if any time, will this move be made? There's a full lap plus this final part of the penultimate lap to go, and he'll get a big drag down the back straight.
Yeah, this is, you might see something decisive here. So far it's been fairly polite formation flying from these two. as they come onto the back straight. Let's see what
Speed
happens as Helmy gets the toe.
behind them. Ibrahim Norrodin, he looks closer than he actually is there. He doesn't make the move, Helmy. Is he going to wait until the final stages, to the final corner?
It looks like that's what he's going to do, because he could have been more aggressive there.
Azroy Hakim Anwar, P2 yesterday by the width of a wheel. P1 at the moment with 1 lap to go. Helmy Asman makes his move into turn number 1. Now, how does Azroy Hakim Anwar retaliate, or does he retaliate?
Yeah, nice move by Helmy. He closed off the switchback as we look at the emoji again. Oh, come on, guys.
It's Helmy Asman looking for maximum points. Andy Farid will only pick up 1 point, so Helmy could well extend his lead at the overall championship standings here.
It's not done yet, because Azroy has put himself back in front. What a battle this is. You know it's going to be clean, but my goodness, it's close.
I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I was thinking that now, once it got in front, Azroy would let that carry on, but Helmy says, no, 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 it's my go. Azroy says, no, it's mine. These two are genuinely competing. Yeah. Please, guys, do not take each other out on the hairpin.
You have to think they won't.
Helmy retakes the lead. That's Helmy, then Azroy, then Helmy, then Azroy. They're enjoying the racing. Of course they are. And Azroy back in front again. Look over the shoulder from Helmy. Is Ibrahim Norrodin closing in? The answer is not to really worry about.
It is just with these two, and it's just going to happen at the final turn.
Who's going to get in the best position to get the toe down the final straight? It'll be Helmy who gets the toe, but who's going to have pole position when it comes to the final corner? Azroy goes wide, Helmy stays narrow. Helmy late on the brakes. Azroy, has he been able to hold it? Azroy Hakim Anwar has been able to hold it, and Azroy Hakim Anwar says, I've got this one, my teammate. Azroy takes it from Helmy Asman. Coming in third is Ibrahim Norrodin from Chip Nakarin. Khalid and Powie makes it a 1-2-5 for Boonshu Honda. Cheeky chappy, but it's a really good weekend for Azroy Hakim Anwar.
Yeah, he is a cheeky chappy, Azroy, and that was before he reached the line. I mean, given what we've seen so far with riders being so close and suddenly grabbing right on the line, he had the confidence to look round and give that sign. But you